Centipede by Ronnie V. Diaz. Eddie sees his sister Delia beating up his dog Baryuk with a stick. This makes Eddie very angry and he wants to run over and help Baryuk. But he can't do that for the simple reason that Delia has some kind of heart illness. Suddenly, confronting her will surprise and cause her weak heart to react. If this happens, Delia will be in a lot of physical pain. In a flashback, Eddie tells a story of how he got his dog Baryuk. He was 13 years old when his father took him to go hunting for brown pigeons. While scouting for pigeons with his hunting rifle in the ready, a small dog appeared out of the woods and displayed a flock of feeding pigeons. This afforded Eddie full sight of the fleeing pigeons. Eddie fired and 3 of the pigeons fell on the ground. Eddie asked his father if he can keep the dog. His father said yes, but told him that if someone goes around looking for the dog, Eddie should give the dog back. He didn't want his son to be accused being a dog thief. Every afternoon, after school, Eddie and the dog would run around the fields chasing after quails or flashing birds at the nearby river bank. Beaten up, the dog scampers away as Delia throws a stick after it. Delia calls Eddie over and twists his ear. She tells Eddie that she doesn't want to see the dog near the house ever again. She tells him that the dog has destroyed her slippers again. She also threatens to have the dog killed by Berto if she sees it near the house again. Delia pushes Eddie and he tumbles to the ground. Angry and filled with hate, Eddie remains calm and doesn't do anything. In another flashback, Eddie recalls something that happened between him and his sister back when we were a bit younger. Eddie accidentally broke the leg of his sister's play doll as well as he destroyed her playhouse. This made Delia very angry. But then, suddenly, she stiffened and collapsed to the floor with furt forming around her mouth. She was taken to nearby hospital. When she returned home, she more meaner than ever towards her younger brother. She did everything to destroy things that Eddie's like. She had Eddie's pet monkey killed by Berto because the monkey snickered at her. She told her father that Eddie's pet pigeons stink, so Eddie had to give them away. Eddie didn't complain because he knew that everything had to be done to keep his sister calm and quiet. Making her unhappy might make her heart illness rear its ugly head. But when Delia destroyed Eddie's pet butterflies, he came to realize that Delia was only doing the things to spite him. The butterflies didn't stink, nor did they snicker her. When confronted by their father, Delia reasoned that the butterflies were attracting ants, which was not true at all. Eddie follows Baryuk, which has fled to the bushes. She finds the dog whimpering with one of its eyes bleeding. The eye got hit with a stick when Dahlia was beating it moments before. Eddie screamed in anger and frustration. Frightened by Eddie's outburst, the dog scramps and fleds. Eddie doesn't bother running after it. On his way back home, Eddie finds Berto splitting wood. Berto shows him a centipede that he pinned to the ground with a small stick. The centipede is still alive. Eddie picks up another stick and sticks it into the body of the centipede until he thinks it's dead. He picks up the centipede and wraps it inside his handkerchief. Back home, Eddie finds Dahlia sitting on a chair and working on her embroidery project. Dahlia has her back towards Eddie. Eddie approaches her, unwraps the centipede, and throws it on her lap. Dahlia shrieks in horror, stands up and turns around and sees Eddie. Feeling of pity and guilt engulfs Eddie. He tries to explain to Dahlia that the centipede is already dead. He picks up the creature and pinches the head between his fingers, but Dahlia doesn't respond nor move. And that's the end of the short story entitled Centipede.